And in this slide, we will be discussing regarding the general instructions wherein a candidate need to carry his hall ticket followed by his ID card and followed by the practical record book, and see to that there is no any unnecessary papers, and see to that the record is being properly covered or wrapped with a brown sheet. And see to that you mention your registration numbers and appropriately at places, and see to that you carry some snacks, and if you become hypoglycemic at any point of time, and as the prevailing situation, corona and other, you can't reach out to the nearest outlets. Better to carry some snacks and water bottle, and so that when you become a hypoglycemic and other, you can have a snack at least. And see to that if there been a break in between the practical session and the Viva session, see to that you use that time sufficiently to use the restroom and other, and see to that you return back at a particular time, or at least inform to your nearby friend, so that if a session has been called in, you can with the help of your friend, you can inform that you have went there, and you will be returning it shortly, and need not leave the center until otherwise the technical persons as well as the supporting staffs of the department says that the session has ended. You can leave. Until that, you don't leave the area, exam area, and see to that you don't carry any piece of paper or any other written material in any format, and mobile phones, etc. And it again it will be damaging the name of the institute, and as well as if you have been found with those materials, no one can help you. Kindly avoid all sort of malpractices. Even if you are doubts any query, you don't have a right to talk with anyone near to you. It is better to approach a technical person, a technical supporting staff at any given point, and he will clarify. Until otherwise, don't move until otherwise your name or your registration number has been called in. You never move from that site, from the place where you have been accommodated to sit and write the exam. You don't move unnecessarily, and never make any mishappen. And again, these we are well connected with these examiners and other, wherein a feedback will be carried out regarding your performance or any sort of malpractices and other. And if the examiners and the external are feeling that it will be if they take any appropriate action for any sort of malpractices, wherein you get a ban for these years, many years, and you can't appear for exams. So kindly remember, don't indulge in any malpractices. Remember, and see to that you fill the certificate properly, and carry all your necessary items, like the things that are necessary for exam, like measuring tape, a torchlight if needed, and scales, necessary stationaries, and blue pens and other, and any other material whichever is necessary, and never use any color inks in any part of a certificate wherein you shade or you underline with colored pens and other. Kindly avoid those. See to that you mention it, write everything in a properly manner, and see to that any part of a certificate to be answered, and never leave any blank in between or anything unattended. And whatever you write, it carries a mark, weightage of mark, and for the long cases and for the short cases, whatever you have documented, that carries a weightage. So without making any silly mistakes, try to complete the certificate in a proper way, and other things like see to that you follow the instructions provided by the technical staffs. For example, if a question paper is been given in a plastic pouch, see to that you return them without damaging them, because again the efforts of all people, right? Efforts of all people, and it been a situation wherein people take a risk to conduct these exams and wear protective gears like mask, whatever, uh, and to try to maintain a social distancing. And at last, our health is in great concern, and even our family is in great concern. When you have been exposed and you are likely to spread to other family members, see to that you maintain social distancing and don't touch any other objects or material unnecessarily. And for example, if you are about to go for a spotter, for here too, their instructions, whatever they say, so kindly stick on to that. See to that you follow, maintain discipline and punctuality, and never go in delay or late at any point at any of the practical exams. Again, it is picturing, and you are almost representing our institution, so never make any delay. Kindly reach the center at least an half an hour early. uh, those are the general instructions. And regarding the topic and other, uh, so far what I have heard from the other examiners, the recent exams that are being conducted for UG and PG, wherein external examiner may sit from a remote site, and he will join in through a video conferencing and platform, and he will be questioning, it seems. So if that is the case, wherein uh, and in real time we had the exams you have attended in past, wherein examiner sits in pair and they will ask you, and if they sit in a single table, then the as described by the university, wherein examiner 1 will be discussing these topics for theory and examiner 2 for these topics in theory, and weightage of each examiner will be of 2.5 marks per examiner per station, sorry. And these will be the questions, and prepare accordingly. And for example, if examiner 1 and 2 are from the remote site, and they will ask individually, 3 and 4 the internals whoever sits in, and they may sit together, or else they follow social distancing and other. And if they have been sitting in a separate stations, and examiner 3 carries these questions from these chapters, and examiner 4 will be dealing with toxicology and FSL and examination of blood, biological stains, and hair and fiber. And this is the pattern for theory. And for example, if an examiner asks you of these topics, whichever you feel comfortable, or he asks you to pick a chapter, say to that you pick a chapter which you are well versed in answering. For example, if you choose virginity, and you say to the examiner that I am confident in the chapter virginity, pregnancy and delivery, and the examiner asks you the first question, what is virginity, then you should be able to answer it. And if you make a mess, again it carries a default, or it carries a black mark on your aspect, right? And if an examiner asks you an open question from any other chapter, and again you should be ready to answer the same. And the most common definitions from the chapter, like in case of an impotency, what is impotency, what is sterility, what is infanticide, define infanticide. Some IPCs relating to sexual offences will be asked, or some definitions from forensic psychiatry will be asked, and the same such for other chapters also. And going to the exam, so see to that you carry a question paper or prepare your current question paper, right? For this November, you will be, for the December 3rd, you will be appearing on, and see to that even if you not sure with the question paper on the day on theory exam, at least on the next consecutive days, you prepare the question paper, and the examiner may ask what are the questions asked in 10 mark, what are the questions asked in 4 mark, 1 mark, and other. And in other cases, the examiner may have on a soft copy or on a hard copy of a question paper. He may throw questions from those, right? And if you're not done your theory well, at least you would have prepared the questions from the question paper. You should be readily able to answer at least on the practical days. And coming to the definitions aspect, almost all definitions And most commonly expected definitions will be of definition of forensic medicine, definitions of injuries, uh, like abrasion, contusion, and other, define injury, define hurt. These wordings and these definitions wherein it should be recited as the same described in your textbook. And some definitions you can make an alteration or modification, won't be an issue. And the definition of in toxicology, define toxin, toxinology, toxicology, define drunkenness, and drunkenness it should be recited as the same from the textbook. And the medical legal importance, where and where it comes in, read those sections of the chapters in an adequately manner. And again, it will be just an bird eye view, and there are other sections again need to stress upon, and where you come across some terminologies, named terminologies, like McKiffin or statutory rape, statutory law. Those again, these are named terminologies or highlighted text which have been given filigree burns or something like that, wherein they expect you to answer, right? So those are named terminologies. Where and where you come across those terminologies, kindly make a note and sit and read those terminologies. And regarding medical legal importance, almost everything has a medical legal importance. For any injury, you start with, you can identify the weapon, aging of injury, and correlating with the injury, and etc. Even if you don't remember, at least age of injury, nature of injury, and those to be mentioned. And regarding medical legal importance towards toxicology, right, and the manner is almost same like in pharmacology, where any drug you ask, the side effect will be of nausea, vomiting, same such. In toxicology, you can stick on it the manner, suicidal, homicidal, and accidental, and some definitions from the general consideration, like those to be read. And the most commonly asked questions, like what are the stupefying agents, what are the abortifacient agents, and what are cattle poison, and other terminologies from toxicological chapters. If you are well versed in general consideration, it is more than sufficient. And some sections from the organic irritants, and organic irritants, again, those are spotters. You need to concentrate on those also. And at least these IPCs, again, it is an extensive list of IPCs. The IPCs relating to consent from 82 to 92. These IPCs, you need to be well sure with these IPCs, and these two IPCs, and IPC 46 for towards death, IPC 44 towards injury, and to perjury, and these are the IPCs relating to perjury, and IPCs towards sexual offences, you need to remember, and IPCs to injuries, IPCs to medical legal importance of wound. At least some IPCs, right? For example, I ask you some IPCs, and you can't say 320 IPC. Yes, 320 IPC is a compulsory IPC or a mandatory IPC where an UG should know. Other than 320 IPC, these are the list of IPCs. Try to prepare some at least 10 IPCs. If you prepare 10, at least you can remember 5. And on the exam, at least you can answer 2 to 3 IPCs. And regarding acts and other, these are the acts you need to remember. Here of all those MTP, you need to read. It is of mandatory. And second will be of, according to me, the second will be of Preconception Prenatal Diagnostic Techniques Act, more towards an UG, and the Consumer and the Transplantation of Human Organs Act for an PG. And even some may even expect an UG to answer transplant of questions from Transplant of Human Organ Act and Consumer Act for an PG. So you can even ignore or definitions, right? At last sections of the RT textbook, there have been some in appendices where they discuss regarding this consumer protection and other. You can at least read some points from there, and they can need to answer. So, and